Alright, we're back in. Alright, why did I start my video out like that? I used to do that a lot. We're back in again. Last video got really philosophical. Here's what we're going to do. Today I'm going to talk about space, because that is something I'm thoroughly invested in, and I can yap about for hours, which is about as long as this takes is hours. You may notice I am out of breath. I barely am able to record this video right now, because I have been busy all day with a extracurricular activity. You know, I just thought about it. Anything outside of school is extracurricular, isn't it? Like, even after you graduate. Space is pretty cool. My personal favorite planet is Saturn, like, by far. It's got them cool rings. If I'm not wrong, it actually looks rainbow and doesn't look like that palish, weird cream color, or whatever it is. Something that I find very interesting is the way light works in, like, deep space. So if you, like, shine a flashlight at something, right? And let's say something is 50 light years away. They won't see that flashlight for 50 years, because that's how long it takes the light to get to them. And the reason I find that so interesting is because that mostly applies to, like, stars and stuff that you see in the sky. Most of the stars you see are probably dead stars. Not dead stars, that sounds grim. Like, the light is being emitted from a star that doesn't exist anymore. If you take our sun, for example, we see that. It takes 8 minutes to get to us. We have pretty much a live stream compared to the rest of the stars that are in our galaxy. I mean, I'm pretty sure the closest star is like 200, 100 light years away, something like that. And that's like our galactic neighbor in terms of like star systems and stuff. I don't remember what it's called either. Man, I used to know so much more. Voids were also extremely interesting to me as well, just because they're just uncanny. I mean, if you think about nothing, it's just like nothing for hundreds of thousands of light years. And the only reason they started noticing them is because there's just like these big gaps of activity where nothing is happening in the cosmic background radiation. I think that's what it's called anyway. I don't fully know what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure it's cosmic background radiation. And it's basically a way to it's basically what astronomers and physicists use. I think it's what they use to dictate how old something is based off of the radiation, or I guess in some cases light, that it's emitting. Like how old the stuff is by the time it gets to us. Something like that. I'm not a physicist. I'm playing Borderlands 2. I'm just a simpleton. But I find it extremely interesting. Oh, purple stars. Something that I thought was interesting, another thing about light, is purple and green stars. The only reason we don't see them is because our eyes aren't trained to see that wavelength of light come out of a star. So, for example, right, if you see, like, how we see the color green, that's that's a specific wavelength. But if it were to come out of, I think what would be required for a star to look green, our eyes don't pick up because of the way they evolved on Earth. So yeah, we can't see green and purple stars because of the way humans evolved on Earth to adapt to Earth's climate. But I think they do exist on, like, different wavelengths. Now, I don't know this for certain, but I think the way it is like, the ones that are white is what our eyes don't register as anything, because they're not, I guess, accurate enough to pick up on that wavelength of light. So they'll look white to us, but they're actually a different wavelength. It's kind of the equivalent of hearing radio static when the radio signal that the radio, not transmitter, but when what you're using can't quite make out what it is, it just plays noise, where your eyes just kind of display a thing because it knows something is there, but it can't quite make out what it is. So it'll look like a white star instead of a green star, or it'll look like a white light instead of a yellow light, or whatever. And I thought that was interesting. I do want to get this whole level up sequence done as fast as possible, just because it is, again, the hardest part of the game for me. It's just the constant grinding. I thought about live streaming it. I could live stream, like, my entire not my entire process, but like the rest of my process towards this. And I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing. I don't know, maybe. If you guys want to see it, let me know. If I don't finish it this video, that is. Because what I very likely could do is just finish it this video and then that question doesn't matter anymore. But I mean, I doubt it. I still have like 15 levels to go. It is possible I'm still at this by the time this video ends. Is that 3 matching grip Maggies in a row? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Looks like next kill we're going to be leveling up. I think I'm going to try and spec... I already have Ruin, I'm pretty sure. Yep, next level. Alright, what do we want? We want I don't want Converge. Converge messes up this farm. I guess I'll get Inertia. I think after this playthrough, I might not do this ever again. It does kind of feel like a trial by fire sort of thing, where you kind of have to do it for every single character at least once. I guess the question of the day would be, have you guys ever made a computer before? Like, how much do you know about computers? Because I know very little. I think if you gave me all of the parts, I know what the RAM looks like, I know where the RAM goes, I know where the SSD, I think, goes. I think I know where the hard drive goes. Not SSD. I don't remember what it's called. But GPU, that's what it was. I don't know where the GPU goes. Or, I mean, I know where it goes, but I don't know how to like put everything in. I'm not good with computers, is what I'm trying to say. I took a computer science class in high school and then kind of forgot most of that information. The only thing I really remember is like DDR4 and DDR5, and they kind of just add another number every time it gets better. So DDR5 is like, as I think, the newest one, and that one is really good. That one's like the best RAM you can get. But then there's M.2s and SSDs, and I think they're the same thing. I'm not even entirely sure. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to computers. I know they're cool though. They do a lot of cool stuff, like run the games I like. But I couldn't for a second tell you how they work at all. And the biggest thing that's confusing to me is how they turned 1s and 0s into Borderlands 2. And I know it's like, oh, you arrange them a certain way, like monkeys on a typewriter, but I honestly have no clue how they turned it into this. You two-faced son of a slag. You two-faced son of a slag. Something else I thought about making was doing a series on Garden Tower Defense, seeing how long I can go on without getting the bees from a trade. Or just in general. Making like a history of trying to get the beehive from Garden Tower Defense. Because it is a very, very difficult thing to get. I have actually gotten it twice before. I got it once from when they were doing like the 2x Seeds event. One of the first ones they did. Not 2x Seeds, 2x Luck. I got it from that. I was like, oh my god, I just got the bees. And then I traded it for, I don't remember what it was. But then I got another one, and I didn't have the Hellroot or the Dual Blaster Bud yet. I traded it for Dual Blaster Bud, Hellroot, and I think VIP. I think it was all three of those in one trade for the bees, which, I mean, because here's how I think of it, right? The bees you can get again. You can get the bees again. The Hellroot and the Dual Blaster Bud, you can never get again. You have to trade for it. Which is what makes it so difficult to get. And then the VIP is like, I didn't have to spend money on that. That was pretty cool. I technically don't have to spend money on anything. It's kind of a privilege that I'm able to even be in a situation like this in the first place. Pretty cool that I didn't spend money on that to get it. I literally just rolled bees and got it. But that's kind of what I was talking about in my video, where people just don't, people are so stingy with stuff. And I don't even think this is just a Garden Tower Defense thing. I think this is just a human thing. Like the way humans act about their own material goods. Yard sale day is a prime example of what I'm talking about with this. People will just value their own items for significantly more than they're actually statistically worth. So they'll take all of the trash out of their garage, shove it in their front yard, put a price tag on it, and expect to sell everything. Maybe you'll sell one or two items that are still, you know, pretty good condition or still usable, or some random person needs them for a specific purpose, but they're really not worth what you think they are. In 99% of cases, they're just not worth it. But every year, man, every year on yard sale day, people think they're going to hit the lottery with all their new trash they pulled out, and their old trash they pulled out of the garage from last year. Sitting outside in 90-degree weather in the middle of the hot summer for $20 and a high five. I'm okay. I'm fine. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but we're slowly getting a little bit more XP from him every single time I level up. I gotta just take like a day or two to just grind this out and make a compilation of it. I just don't wanna be here all day doing this. I wanna do other stuff. But I got him, man. I signed up for it. Oh my god, what was the original? Space, that's what it was. Oh my god, something I've been seeing was I've been watching these videos by this guy, like, nice name. It's not spelled the way it sounds. It's spelled like... Here, I'll show you in text chat. It's spelled like this. Oh, there it is. It's spelled like this. His channel is actually really interesting. To me, it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm autistic or something. I'm looking at it, and he's talking about, like, rock formations and when, like, diamonds were formed during, like, specific periods of the world, and how most life has only really begun in the last 10% of the Earth's history. And he's talking about, like, real-life locations that show examples of geological findings in recent history, volcanoes, how they cause stuff to happen, and how most of our coal comes from a single period of time on the Earth's history. It's just neat. Something I thought about doing was getting the Infinity and just using that to farm, not farm, but like get on top of the target dummy that's in Sanctuary and just do that. But I could just leave it on overnight to just to kill the target dummy with the Infinity. What is that? Alright, that's Malon Grip. I leveled up. Something I think about is how this is only 7.4%. Like, XP. And that may not sound like a lot, but over the span of multiple hours, with this relic on alone, I'm saving 7 hours. That's kind of crazy. 50 hours, I'm saving 3.5 hours. Hey, there's another Maggie. That's a dull grip Maggie right there. That is a Maggie I am not going to use. You know, I'm almost the original level cap, but I still got 12 more to go. I don't know how I didn't talk about it before. Black holes are neat. I like black holes. For some reason, I just have an infatuation with the way light works in general. And black holes take that and literally bend it. And I think it is the coolest aspect of just anything space. If you have a black hole, I'm interested. Not sure why. I'm just intrigued. You've piqued my interest if you have a black hole involved. I wonder what my average levels per hour is. Like, I wonder how fast I'm getting XP. Just to get a general idea of how long it'll take me to get to level 80 with this method. Alright, we're almost level 70. I could farm tubbies at this point, but I honestly don't want to do that until I hit level 80, because I want to get something good and then have to get a higher level version of the same item. But there we are, level 70. Hey, the original level up. Nice. Well, for the entirety of level 72, we have messed around with this macro and figured out next to nothing. I don't know why I can't just be a simple macro software. I don't know why we need all this extra stuff. I don't know why I need to make an account to use a macro software. That makes no sense to me. It's actually something I want to rant about now. The whole accounts thing. Why? Why are we doing this? Every single game I play anymore has an account. I need to hook it up to my email, make a password for a new account that I'm never going to type in again, because it's always just going to keep me signed in because it's my console. Oh, and God forbid you forget the password you sent 15 months ago, because everything has two-factor authentication. Everything wants your phone number, your email, the password you made with the original account that you don't even remember anymore, the password for your email, your phone. They want to like call you, text you. They want to use all these different systems, and it's like, when can I just play the game? Bro, I swear to God, like, when you first buy a game, 90% of your first, like, hour of gameplay is troubleshooting. Think about it. How often, right, have you tried to play a game, and it's just troubleshooting the entire time? Oh, this has a problem. This is a problem. This is a problem. I have to make this account. Remember when that not Brawlhalla game, what was it? What was that? It was like a fighting game. Like a platforming fighting game. I know Shaggy was in it. That was like one of the coolest things that people thought was amazing at the time, was Shaggy was in a fighting game. And I remember with that, you straight up could not play the game unless you made an account and used two-factor authentication. Why? Do we really care about cheating this badly? To the point where we're going to make the experience worse for people who aren't even doing anything, which is most of the player base? But then there's systems like how Rainbow Six Siege is, where they don't even address cheaters and just make it harder for people to sign into their account, and nothing is solved. Or oh, I just skipped to Maggie. Or Valorant. Valorant has this thing called, oh my god, I can never remember the names of anything. Actually, you know what? I can open it up right now because it's always open. Vanguard. You don't know what Vanguard does? Vanguard literally always needs to be on. It needs to be on at all times for some reason. And if I try to turn it off, the computer has to restart. And if I want to turn it back on again, the computer has to restart again. The fact that this thing needs to be on all the time to prevent cheaters is so frustrating. God forbid I just want to load a game. No, I need to install this thing on my computer directly in order to play a video game that I don't even really play anymore. Oh my god, and Valorant was so egregious with the way it updated. In order to update the game, you have to restart your entire computer. And if you have a posting issue like I did, nightmare fuel, actual nightmare fuel. Bro, I remember, what would I have to do? I'd have to restart it because my computer wouldn't post if it like opened from a restart for some reason. So what I have to do is restart it, figure that it's on because it's not posting, so I don't know if it's on unless I'm up on the computer. Restart, listen for the fans, wait for the fans to turn on, unplug it, plug it back in, turn it on, and then if it didn't post again, I have to restart that entire process until it just randomly decided to post. For a Valorant update, just doesn't feel worth it. And it's such an egregious method to counter cheaters. I don't get it at all. I also don't understand the urge to cheat in the first place. Also another Maggie, that was dog grip. Like this game, right? What purpose is there to cheat in this game? There's no competitive field, and honestly ruins the experience if you cheat most of the time. Like this, I feel like cheating this wouldn't really ruin my experience that much. Like let's say I just gave myself perfect guns all the time. That would completely remove the main game loop, which is farming. Let's compare that to a competitive game. Let's say instead of learning how to aim, I just had aimbot. Well then where's the fun in that? I'm not learning how to play the game. I'm just mindlessly playing a game. Why even do that in a game at all that's competitive? Why not just play an offline game and use aimbot there? Or people, this was actually, when I played Siege on console, this was a real big issue. It's like, zimming. What are you doing, man? Why are you buying a $100 piece of equipment on top of your multiple $100 console with your controller that's probably over $60, with a mouse and keyboard on the side, which is probably another minimum $70, all so you could cheat in a video game and have an unfair advantage against people? Do people really have nothing better to do? Are their lives so bankrupt you need to buy like $500 worth of equipment to cheat in a console video game that's gonna ban you anyway in like 4 hours? Like, you don't even get that much fun out of it. I need to download a different software on my computer to play games at this point because of how bad cheaters are in every single competitive game. You can't even play CSGO. I've tried playing CSGO. You can't even play it. It is unplayable because of how bad the cheating issue is in that game. And I know it's like a 13-year-old game and they probably don't update it anymore, but it's like, why cheat? Really, why cheat? Maybe in a non-competitive game where you just want to be like God mode or something, okay, whatever. But like, why are you cheating in Valorant? Why are you cheating in Siege? I just don't get it. You're just non-creative and kind of dumb if you just cheat in a game that's going to ban you instantaneously. Well, because think about it this way, right? You have to install a software because if you're cheating in it, you're definitely not the one making it. So you have to install the software, probably pay a stupid subscription because a lot of these have... Oh, some of them level up. Maggie, let's go. We're going to get cooldown. I'm going to keep yapping. Probably pay a subscription because I've seen subscription-based services with this sort of thing. Avoid certain detection things that these games have in place for little worms like you. All this effort when instead you could just get good at the game. What's the alternative? Be good at the video game. That's the alternative. At this point, it honestly sounds easier to time sink like 300 hours into a video game instead of spend multiple hundreds of dollars buying all this equipment and avoiding all of these firewalls they have in place. It's such a waste of time. Dude, I remember one time, right? They had COVID learning. I had my laptop open, and I wasn't really paying attention. I mean, who was during COVID learning, really? Nobody was. It was easy. I passed and I fell asleep in most of my classes. So I had my laptop open, I was playing Siege on the side, and some guy, I didn't even do anything to him. He invites me to a party, and he's on my team. I'm like, okay, maybe he wants to give comms. I join him, and he starts just being a douchebag, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave. I leave, and I get DDoSed. So now I can't go into my online class because some idiot in Rainbow Six Siege thought it'd be funny to DDoS me. Thought it'd be funny to commit a federal offense, which is a federal offense, by the way. You're considered a threat to the state if you DDoS somebody. Kind of like if you own a pipe bomb. I don't know why. They take it very seriously. And these idiots are doing it not even for any advantage or benefit. Like, rude. I don't get it. What is that behavior, dude? Also, these things are not cheap. The ability to DDoS someone, also, these are also set up by people who actually know what they're doing, and bought by people who have no clue how this equipment works. These online web services like Octosniff and what was it? I forget there's another one where they'll find your IP and then they'll type it into a website with a subscription-based service. and they'll pay real money, you know, the money that people use to survive, to DDoS you in Rainbow Six Siege on Xbox for like 10 minutes. So it's just a net negative, and you're stupid. You're just dumb. Like, what are we doing? They're committing a federal offense. They're getting their account banned because it gets reported every time because this is like D1 toxic behavior. A couple $100 for the zimming, which is the mouse and keyboard on console. Possibly somewhere around $70 to $80 for the software to do the DDoSing and the IP reading. For what? Like, so you can cheat for 10 minutes in a video game? It's just stupid. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a terrible person and I would never understand because I'm not a terrible person. There was one guy who tried to, like, scare tactic me into doing what he wanted. Oh, he read out an address, and I was like, dude, that's my electric company. Oh, shiver me timbers, he read out Comcast's address. So I'm sorry, I'll play with you right away. Like, are you dumb? You didn't even fact check, like, where it was? You just told me the address of my ISP? You're so dense, dude. Shiver me timbers. He told me where my ISP is, which everyone knew because it's a publicly owned business, or privately owned business, but publicly, like anyone can access this information. It's like its own little ecosystem, right? So if you're having a problem with these people so bad, you can actually buy services to get your name off of their website. It's deplorable. You can get yourself whitelisted, and what that means is if someone were to put your name in, they wouldn't get anything. So you have to pay them to hide your own information off of their website. That's crazy. All of this little ecosystem just because people want to cheat in Rainbow Six Siege on Xbox One. Like, why? And the entire time you're just making the experience of the game worse. Like, no one can feel safe joining an Xbox party on this specific game because you are just toxic. I don't get it. We're close. Almost there, man. We're like 1 kill away, I think. 1 or 2. Alright, it was 1. More cooldown. 6 right here. Alright. Level up. We got 4 more levels until we get to what we want. What do I want now? I guess this for now. Alright, let's keep going. Almost level 78. Alright, level 78. And let's keep it going. Alright, level 79 coming up. Finally. Oh my god, alright. We got one more. One more to go. Alright guys, we're on the last 10%. It's gonna be one long clip, because I have been at this for a long time, and y'all are gonna feel like 10% of one level with me. And, yeah, it's a kind of a long time coming at this point, because this has spanned over, I think, 2-3 days. Since I posted, I think since before I posted the last video. What is going on with this? Oh my god, dude. I've been dealing with that excuse me. I've been dealing with that the entire time, too. The save quitting has taken longer than killing McZafford. Killing McZafford has been the most consistent part of this. But we're almost done. I just gotta get a couple more kills on him. Almost there. Oh, that's a Maggie. That's a failed save quit. Oh my god, dude. There we go. And I think this is the last kill for level 80. Now that we are done with that annoying farm, I'm going to grab the best Maggie I have. Looks like it's this one. Next video, we're going to finally start UVHM for what UVHM actually is. I'm going to show off my new build, which is going to be more of a general build. Sorry, so let's respec. Here's the build. I don't know how long this video is going to be because I haven't, you know, gone into editing software yet. But if you enjoyed it, be sure to subscribe and maybe like the video. We recently have had a lot of not a lot of, but a lot more foot traffic, click traffic. I don't even know what to call it. So yeah, I'm gonna try and keep on top of that grind set. Have a nice day.